Will now come to order. This meeting of the Planning Board of the City of Elizabeth convenes Thursday, the 5th day of January, the year 2012. Has been duly advertised in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 40:3-6 as a specially scheduled meeting. Published as part of the added meeting schedule. Notice of this meeting has been furnished to the Star Ledger on Tuesday, February 15, 2011. The notice of the cases to be heard this evening were also published in the Star Ledger at least 10 days before today. I ask everyone to rise to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first order of business this evening is the reorganization of the board. At this point, I would like to call the Vice Chair, Constance Ross, to the chair.
Commissioners will now accept nominations for the chairman for the year 2012.
I make a motion for Gordon Haas to be chairman for the year 2012.
Okay.
I second that.
Do we have any other nominations? Move to close the nominations. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have a roll call for the nominations.
Councilman Bowman,
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez, Commissioner Carvalho, Commissioner Mellich,
No.
Commissioner Southwell,
Aye.
Secretary Irvin,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Ross, Commissioner Haas.
Stay.
Seven and one. Commissioner Gomez.
Mr. Chairman, we get to roll. Roll call. Say that again.
Did we take a roll of the commissioners over here in attendance today?
Oh, that's right, I didn't. I want to call the roll for attendance.
Councilman Bowman,
Here.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Here. Commissioner Carvalho. Here. Commissioner Callahan. Commissioner Mellich.
Here.
Commissioner Brown. Secretary Irvin.
Here.
Commissioner Southwell.
Here.
Commissioner Newman. Here. Vice Chairman Ross. Chairman Haas.
Here. Thank you, Commissioners. Let me introduce an alternate member of our board, Commissioner Nunez, sitting next to Commissioner Gonzalez. On the breaks, please go over and introduce yourself to her. She'll be joining us for 2012. Also, I want to welcome Councilman Bowman joining our board as Councilman Gonzalez is now City Council President and has a pretty hefty schedule. Abandonship, but I'm sure that you will be an able replacement to him. I now would like to open the floor for nominations for Vice Chair.
Chairman, I'd like to nominate Constance Ross.
Ross nominated for vice chair and seconded. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, motion to close the nominations. Motion by Commissioner Caballo, seconded by Commissioner Gonzalez.
Councilman Bowman.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Aye. Commissioner Cavallo. Aye. Commissioner Mellish.
Aye.
Secretary Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Shawcross.
Aye.
Commissioner Newman. Vice Chairman Ross. Chairman Hahn.
Aye. The nomination of Vice Chairman Ross passes. Now on the floor for nomination for Secretary for the year 2012.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Urban.
And a second. Seconded by Commissioner Gonzalez. Any other nominations? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close the nominations? Commissioner Bowman. Seconded by Commissioner Caballo. Mark, please call the roll.
Councilman Bowman.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Aye. Commissioner Cavallo. Aye. Commissioner Mellish.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban. Commissioner Shawcross.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Ross. Aye. Chairman Hahn.
Aye.
Commissioner Nunez. Aye.
Nomination passes. Congratulations, Commissioner Secretary Urban. And as we said, we welcome all the commissioners who are returning. We welcome the new commissioners that have joined our board, all duly sworn at the reorganization meeting of the City Council earlier this week. We now have to act on the 3 newspapers that are the official newspapers of our board: the Star Ledger, La Voz, and Luso Americano. May I have a motion to officially nominate them as the newspapers? Moved by Commissioner Gonzalez, seconded by Commissioner Caballo. Mark, please call the roll.
Councilman Bowman.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Aye. Commissioner Cavallo. Aye. Commissioner Mellish.
Aye.
Secretary Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Shawcross.
Aye.
Commissioner Nunez. Vice Chairman Ross. Chairman Hahn.
Aye. You have before you a meeting schedule for 2012. You need a nomination to accept the meeting schedule so it may be published in the Star Ledger. I have a motion. Motion by Commissioner Cavallo, seconded by Councilman Bowman. Mark, please call the roll.
Councilman Bowman.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Aye. Commissioner Cavallo. Aye. Commissioner Mellish.
Aye.
Secretary Urban. Commissioner Shawcross.
Aye.
Commissioner Nunez. Vice Chairman Ross. Chairman Hahn.
Aye. Okay. Next order of business is the minutes of the December 1st, 2011 meeting. I believe you all received a copy with a slight revision this evening. It showed people present and absent in the same minutes, so that's been corrected. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes of the December 1st meeting? And there are 3 people here who cannot vote on these minutes: Commissioner Mellish, Commissioner Nunez, and Councilman Bowman. May I have a motion? Motion by Vice Chairman Ross, seconded by Commissioner Gonzalez. Mark, please call the roll.
Commissioner Gonzalez. Aye. Commissioner Cavallo. Aye. Commissioner Shawcross. Secretary Urban.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Ross. Aye. Chairman Hahn.
Aye. Next order of business are the resolutions. Resolutions, and again, none of these 3, Commissioner Mellish, Commissioner Nunez, Councilman Bowman, did not vote on these as they were not present last month for these meetings. In the matter of H&S Construction and Mechanical, application P11-11, 715, 723 Bayway Avenue. May I have a motion?
Make a motion to move the application.
Secretary Chairman Ross. Marta? Please call the roll.
Secretary Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Aye.
Commissioner Shalfo.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Ross.
Aye.
Commissioner Cavallo.
Aye.
Chairman Thomas.
Aye. In the matter of 155 Jefferson LLC P12-11, 155-161 Jefferson Avenue. This was the preliminary that we heard last month. Preliminary site plan and bulk variances. Can I have a motion to move this resolution?
Motion made.
Vice Chairman Ross, seconded by Secretary Urban. Martin, please call the roll.
Secretary Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Aye.
Commissioner Shalfo.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Ross.
Aye.
Commissioner Cavallo.
Aye.
Chairman Thomas.
Aye. In the matter of Eden Elizabeth LLC P14-11, this was a preliminary final site plan approval at 583-596 Spring Street. This was the Wawa application. Can I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Cavallo. Second. Seconded by Commissioner Shalfo. Marta, please call the roll.
Commissioner Shalfo.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Ross.
Aye.
Secretary Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Cavallo. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Aye.
Chairman Thomas.
Aye. Okay, first order of business, developmental side, the final site plan, P12-11, 155-161 Jefferson Avenue, 155 Jefferson LLC, Mr. Hale. Southern. Channel News.
Yeah.
Please, state your name.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, board members. We do have a letter dated December 29, 2011, Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. We have a letter dated December 29, 2011, from Barber Consultants indicating the applicant has complied with all conditions of preliminary approval that's on item 1 in general comments on page 2 of the Victor's letter, and requests that the board at this time grant final approval.
Commissioners, if you looked at the plans, there were several items that we had asked to be done, and if you look at the plans, that fire car is present, the dumpster that was out in the parking lot and moved inside into the building. I believe those were the open requests, Mr. Benega, everything else that we complied with.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if we would stop vehicle-wide sidewalk at the fire department. When we are just at the fire. We suppose that we could slide forward, may have been forward, I'm not sure. And the interior part?
Is that the outside of the inside?
The other side.
That's the whole side of the building.
Like, 350. Yeah, but I remember the fire department. I'm not sure, the first fire, another fire. See, that happens, we have to go to the construction department anyway. Right. And the construction department, the fire subdivision, is the end of that jurisdiction. But they added the pipes on the inlet, decorative fence, and the interior trash.
The interior trash and that safety guard, that's why that section. I think that, as I said, I think all the requirements have been met, with the exception of that. So we'll leave that up to the fire department for that final approval. Commissioners, you've heard before the commissioners. Is there anyone in the public? It's been a month. I believe it. I'm confused. I'm new to this job. Is there anyone in the public who has any questions or any comments concerning this final subdivision site plan? Commissioners, what's your pleasure?
Application for final approval.
Secretary Early moves the application, seconded by Vice Chairman Ross. Martin, please call the roll.
Everyone?
Yes.
Councilman Bowman?
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez? Aye. Commissioner Carvalho? Aye. Commissioner Miller?
Aye.
Secretary Ervin?
Aye.
Commissioner Shafro?
Aye.
Commissioner Dugan? Vice Chairman Ross? Aye.
No, you do not have to abstain.
You're allowed to vote for separate application.
You heard the application tonight. This
You're
is the
allowed.
final, so you can change that vote. Aye. You change that vote. Aye. 9 ayes, no negatives, no abstentions. The resolution, the motion is.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome hearing new business, P13-11, 825, 829 Jefferson Avenue, Fernando Pereira, Mr. Anvil.
Yes, my name is Fernando. It's F-E-R-N-A-N-D-O. And the last name is Pereira, P-E-R-E-I-R-A. 241 Vavenwood Road in Mountainside, New Jersey.
Mr. Prairie, you're the owner of 825, 827 Jackson Avenue, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
And the lot dimensions are 66 by 150?
Yes.
And there's an existing older two-story residential property on site that has a 6-car garage?
Yes.
Is your intention to demolish these buildings?
Yes, it is.
Before this board this evening to obtain approval to subdivide the existing lot into 233 by 150-foot lots?
Yes.
Is your intention to construct a new two-family residence on each of the lots?
Yes, it is.
Proposed structures would be 3 stories in height,
Yes.
and the interior configuration would be a recreation room on the first floor as well as a 2-car garage, is that correct?
Yes.
And this recreation room would be connected to the first floor apartment,
Yes.
and the first floor and second floor apartments would each have 3 bedrooms, correct?
Yes.
Now, in total, there would be 4 off-street parking spaces for each of the proposed residences.
Yes.
You understand that should the board approve this application, you would be required to provide the curbs and sidewalks on the front of the property.
Yes.
You are providing at least 2 street trees.
Yes, I am.
And should the board approve this application, is your intention to start construction as soon as permits can be issued?
Yes.
Nothing further, Mr. Chairman.
Any objection, council, to the usual deed restrictions on not converting the record to a separate residence?
Not a problem.
We'll talk about that. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Pereira? Seeing none, another witness.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Clerk?
James R. Rivera, 55
Jefferson Avenue, Elizabeth. New Year.
I have one question, Mr. Guerrero, has appeared numerous times. Are all the licenses in order?
Yes, they are.
You recognize them as well?
Thank you. Yes, we did. It's a rectangular site, 66 feet wide and 150 feet deep. What this application is proposing is to subdivide the application of the property into two equal lots, 33 feet wide and 150 feet long. And on each lot, construct a two-family home. The house will be set back from the front property line 26 feet, and the house goes back another 63 feet, leaving a rear yard of 67 feet. The zoning information is on the upper left side of the first sheet, G000. Essentially, the design complies with all of the requirements except for two. One is the prevailing rear yard of the homes in the neighborhood go back 73 feet, and this, what we're requesting is to go back 83 feet. And if you look in the middle of this page on the upper part, there's a sandboard map. Typically, the older homes were built with the home set to one side with a driveway and a garage at the extreme rear of the property. The new homes, the garage is typically in the front of the house, in the house. So therefore, our house is a little longer in depth, but we don't have the garage in the rear yard.
Are you saying that there's the older construction in the neighborhood, that's what creates the variances that we're experiencing?
Correct. Both variances are created by the design of the old homes. It also gives us that yard, the left yard variance, the prevailing is 8 feet. We have 3 foot 11. And again, that 8 foot is because one side of the old homes was a driveway going to that rear garage. And those are the only variances we have.
Now, the interior configuration calls for a record on the ground level, correct?
Yes, it does.
And that record is connected directly with the floor apartment?
That's correct.
We call the owner's apartment?
Yes.
The record does call for a full bath. I've spoken to the applicant who's prepared to stipulate for a half bath on the record.
Right there, we can modify that.
That'll be the modification of the overall construction plans.
Yes, it will.
We're providing for 4 off-street parking spaces for each structures.
Yes, right. So in the garage and 2 in the driveway.
Now, if I read the application, you confirm that there's at least 5 feet of space between all principal structures.
It's actually 6 feet between the 2 new buildings. Well, 3-1 and 3-1. That's an inch. It's I understand right there. You're 7 feet between buildings. 7 feet between the 2 new buildings, and then, yeah, exactly. That's how it's done. And then there's more than 3 feet between new buildings and adjacent existing buildings. Yes.
Can you slice that?
More than 5 feet between the new buildings and the new buildings.
And there's no fence at the 3 foot mark.
We're not proposing.
In other words, on both sides of the buildings, between the new buildings and the existing buildings on either side, you say there's 5 feet. Is there a fence at the 3 foot mark, which is the property line? Not that you've read.
Correct. No, we're not proposing.
Not a line, I wasn't sure.
That's just a property.
Now, should the board approve this application, variances requested to remain negative impact on surrounding uses on the neighborhood?
No, I don't believe so. This is predominantly residential neighborhood. It's on the Power Street.
Is this project consistent with the master plan?
Yes, it is. In R2, 2-family residential zone. That's what we're proposing.
Nothing further, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioners, you've heard Mr. Burr's testimony.
Mr. Chairman, Councilman, thank you. I like the application. However, it's going to be difficult to do with the full off-street parking, which is okay. But is there any way possible we can do a resolution that we can have people actually use those off-street parking? Because it's tough, and it's kind of tough. It's tough to do. Because
we can't denotice the tenant or landlord or owner to force them to. What we've done in certain circumstances, we say we've got to allocate 2 spaces to each unit, so that each unit is not guaranteed 2 wall spaces. We've done that. We find that some objection to that. Where we get each unit be allocated space to garage, probably 2 spaces, somebody knows they've got somewhere even on the budget. You can do that.
we do that.
There's no way to guarantee.
I know we can't guarantee it, like I said, but it's very difficult. I understand.
The plans show room for 2 cars in the garage, 2 cars in the driveway. But if you stipulate that each unit gets a car in the driveway, a car in the garage, that's all we can do.
Okay.
Satisfied?
Yeah, this is. So,
Any other commissioners have any questions regarding this?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question, Mr. Guerrero. Mr. Guerrero, I understand the testimony with the older homes and the properties. I understand your testimony in regards to the older homes and the driveways, the way they existed in the past. Currently, these homes, on either side, what's the difference between the homes that are existing there now? You have 3 foot on either side.
We have 3 foot on each side. The older homes there.
What's the next home? How far is the next home from the property line on the other side? Only because I'm going with your testimony of the driveways and the older homes.
The 2 lots this is lot number 7, which we're calling number 7. So on our one side, on our right side, is lot number 8, and on the other side is lot number 6. So there's a chart down at the bottom of that first page, or the bottom left corner. So if we look at the right yard, which is the very bottom line, for lot 6, it's 3 feet, and lot 8 is 1 foot.
So lot 8 is 1 foot away from the property line?
Well, that's its right yard, but its right yard is the farthest far away from us. It's left yard is near us. So if we jump up, that same lot, number 6, the yard that's next to us is 8 feet. That's the line right above that. See the left yard?
Yes.
So they have their driveway, that's an 8 foot wide.
This is Monroe Avenue. Monroe Avenue, 2 blocks over, is laid out the same way. If you drive north, the homes on the right all have the driveway to the left and the house to the right side of the lot, going all the way up from North Road all the way up to the cemetery. Pretty much.
So what's the closest structure?
So for example, let's take that house here. Okay, so lot number 8, their yard itself is 8 feet. Our yard is 3 foot, 3 foot 11. So the sum of those two, that's how far away we are from the house.
Almost 12 feet.
Yeah. That's on lot 8.
Right.
You can visualize this right above the word.
Excuse me, Mr. Guerrero, that's because the lot 8, right?
Yes.
That's existing.
Yes.
Okay, that's because of the driveway.
Correct.
If that gentleman decides to come in here next year, it's not going to be 8 foot any longer. He's going to put another 2-family house up just like this one. This is the problem with our city. We're squeezing people in on top of people, and as the councilman said, parking becomes an issue. It's becoming an issue throughout the city, not just on this particular application. Unfortunately, it's had a hand. And I don't know where, when people living on top of people just doesn't work. 3.5 feet off the property line, or 3 feet 11 inches. And because of the older houses, which was the charm of the city, is going by the wayside.
will put houses and people on top of each other.
Any other commissioners have any comments?
I just have a question. I know that there was a time that, I know there was a time that we were not allowing any bathrooms.
Yeah, they stipulated to take out and put just a power.
I have.
Right. Power unit. The bath is gone. The bath gone.
Okay, that's,
This be the
Just briefly, Commissioner Rhodes' comment. Normally, no light here. Normally, the subdivision,
It's not on. Push it in the back. Turn it on.
I don't think that would work.
Working out. The application came with a subdivision map, but normally the application is supposed to come along with a survey. And the survey is supposed to show everything within approximately 2 to 3 feet of the property line. The survey supplied doesn't show anything, doesn't show any physical evidence out there. So you really can't calculate how far the closest house next door is. It's not, it should be shown in the survey, but it's not. Another thing is, normally you let the 3 feet minimum variances go by when the lots are narrow, 25 by lots. They're looking for 3 feet 11 on both sides, and a lot that's wide, 33 feet. So the house could be shrunken a little bit. So there is some information that, it would have been nice to have in the survey. The survey shows an empty lot, and that's not what's happening. So along with what you're saying, we can't make a judgment call. I mean, you look off the Sanborn map, you can't use that. It's not accurate enough. It's dated 1960. The structure looks like it's set. Yeah, so, if you wanted to wait to vote until they get an accurate depiction of what the offsets are, because they are seeking side yard variances.
Then I make a motion to table this.
Motion to table. Any second?
Second.
Second. Mr. Chapel.
Meeting we table
To the February,
to be fair to the applicant, we're not going to require additional notice unless there's variance relief or changes. Then you'd have to re-notice because the land use law will require. I understand.
And I think that, we have this motion on the floor and it's seconded, so I mean, it would be tabled to the meeting of February 2nd. Without any requiring any further notice, or would you call the roll?
Councilman Cole?
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzalez? Aye. Commissioner Carvalho? Aye. Commissioner Melick?
Aye.
Secretary Urban?
Aye.
Commissioner Chapel?
Aye.
Commissioner Nunes? Aye. Vice President Ross? Aye. President Thomas?
Aye. Can I just now remind of that gentleman? One line of that, there are two issues that came up in this hearing that we discussed before this board several times. One of them is codifying the fire network. Can we get something moving to get an ordinance that requires a minimum of 5 feet as a requirement in the city? That's number one. I'm asking if it can be done. Number two, the other issue that keeps coming back over and over and over is the rear yard setback. These new houses with the garages in the front are all requiring a variance in that rear yard setback. We have to do something about that one too, if it's possible.
Yes,
I think that in the case.
Actually, this board did make recommendations for a new section, that whole section of the ordinance, and I think even Jimmy Guerrero testified that he let, that we worked it out and let some of the other architects in town look at it. And I think now with, maybe now a different council president, I can talk to him about it and see if council will move on.
Council president sat on this board and is familiar.
And he voted to approve.
Right. He's familiar with what the problem is. I think you need to go back and sit down with the council president, see if you can iron this one out. Because it's a variance that comes up constantly, and by now, we should have relief for that.
And yeah, so I'll bring it back, find that back in my computer, I'll bring it back before this board, maybe we re-vote on it and recommend it up to council, I'll go to council president. It's something we've already looked at and we've already approved.
Also a strong suggestion to the applicants that are in the audience. When the sandboard map was presented in the previous application, elaborate on it, show us where it is. Not the sandboard map, the survey. The sandboard map is hard to judge. Of course, there's the old tried and true method, two commissioners, and that's going out and looking at the site. P15.